Hi there. In this short video, I'm going to talk about the top 5 mid-tier schools in the US that offer master's programs in data sciences. Now, data science is a very, very popular course. And in the previous video, I talked about the top 5 schools, the top 5 ranked schools and top 5 pedigreed schools in the US. But obviously not each one of us can, possibly be eligible for this program. So a more safe option, something that's probably within your reach, is to target a mid-tier university, one that's not very, very high ranked, which means that their GPA requirements and other admission formalities are easy to meet. All right, so let's get started. My name is Anand Venkatesan. I'm a founder mentor at mentorscapital.com. We are a networking and mentoring platform whereby you can connect with mentors across the globe in your chosen area of specialization and hopefully make easier choices with regard to university and applications. All right, so let's begin today's session. So the basic concept is that if you're looking to apply to the US for data science, then you're better off also choosing a few schools in the mid tiers, because these are the ones where your chances or the likelihood of your admission becomes slightly better, right? The assumption that I've made is that all of you watching this video are probably from a computer science or mathematics or a data science analytics background, and you're looking to further your educational needs by a data science program. The main parameters I'm going to look at in classifying universities is primarily their university ranking. The one that I rely on is the QS World Ranking. I will also look at the eligibility criteria of each of these programs, just so we understand which one is easy, which one is a little hard to meet, as also the requirements by way of GPA or the GRE score. And finally, the most important parameter is one of the tuition and living expenses. And so that's also something that I will lay out for you. So let's get started. Our agenda begins with the top 5 schools. First on my list is the University of Indiana University in Bloomington. I've ranked it 5 in my list. So let's look at why I've done so. Well, the program offered by them is a Master in Science in the field of data sciences. And this is offered by the Informatics, Computer and Engineering Department. This is a 30 credit course, which is typically around the range of most master's programs in the US, which means most data science master's programs will probably be an MS that's going to take you about 1.5 to 2 years. Okay. The other thing that you need to keep in mind is that the cost of attendance at Indiana University is about $53,000, right? That's roughly going to work out to about 35 to 40 lakhs in Indian rupees. The QS World Ranking puts Indiana University at the block of about rank 200 to 250, right? Which means that it's fairly low tier. It's probably going to be a safe or a mid-tier option for you. Let's look at eligibility. Well, like most US universities, Indiana insists on you having a 4-year undergraduate program, right? So to complete 16 years of education, a 4-year undergraduate program is mandatory. In case you've studied a 3-year program, Indiana allows you to also do 1 year of masters after your 3 years of UG in order to meet those qualifications, right? So if you're not studying engineering, then you probably need to find out some other option to meet their eligibility criteria. The admission deadline for the fall season is 26th of February, which still gives you time for the 2022 admission round for fall. And another good news is that Indiana University does not require a GMAT or a GRE score for at least the 2022 admission cycle, right? So very, very good option. It's also one which is by way of location and by recruiters very, very positive, right? Which means that chances are very, very high. There are about 100, 150 companies that hire from Indiana. So summer internships and final placements should be fairly a breeze for you. Okay, next up is the Northeastern University. It's one that's really gone up in pedigree in the last year or so. In fact, it's probably one of the most searched universities out of India today, right? The program offered by the Northeastern University is also an MS in data science. This program is offered by their Department of Computer Sciences. So it's a very rigorous computer programming based program. So the program is not as quant heavy as you probably think, although all data sciences programs have a base requirement for mathematics, probability, and statistics. The duration of the Northeastern program in data science is about 2 years and attracts a tuition fee, just tuition of about 54,000 US dollars. It's a little better ranked, it's a little higher ranked than our previous option, which was Indiana. Northeastern is ranked in the block of 150 to 200, so slightly better. And the GPA requirement, though, is slightly stringent for Northeastern. They mandate that you need to have at least a B positive or a GPA of 8 on 10, which in Indian terms translates into a distinction in your program, right? The deadline is quite a distance away. It's till 5th of April that you can apply for the fall season of admissions. And another piece of good news is that the GRE is optional for this cycle, right? So many reasons why Northeastern should be one of the must-have universities in your list if you're applying for a master's in data science. Before I go ahead and complete my list of top 5, I'm going to take a quick minute to tell you a little bit about who we are and what we do, right? So Mentors Capital believes in this philosophy of mentorship, right? The idea is that if you connect with a mentor who's gone through a program or admission or an academic cycle that you would like to undertake, then connecting with them could have many advantages, right? A mentor can really help you with many things, such as admission information, program information, some information about placements and maybe even the top faculty in those universities and possible research opportunities. There's also a lot of information that you get about university and the university town where it is located, and so how is living in that area. Is it a city? Is it a suburban town? So those kind of information you can get about the admission and applications to a university. You can also seek help on tackling interviews or tackling the testing requirements like a GRE, GMAT, or a TOEFL, as much as help on the visa requirements and other formalities, right? So many reasons why you should try to speak to a mentor, somebody who's gone to the US and done a program in data science. So how do we help? Well, our website is www.mentorscapital.com. We have a wide network of mentors from data science and other fields, and not just in the US, but in actually countries across the globe, right? So it's very simple. You visit the website, visit our study abroad page, the international admissions page, and you will find a lot of mentors there. Search for your designated field or university or location, and pick a mentor who sort of fits your profile needs, and immediately a one-on-one conversation can happen with that mentor. Obviously it's not immediate, it will take a little bit of time for us to confirm the booking, but you're on your way. And besides one-on-one mentorship, Mentors Capital also offers a host of other services which are quite comprehensive in nature. So we could probably help you with your entire admission cycle from right from college shortlisting all the way till creating and submitting your application for not just admission but also for scholarships. The other thing that we can help you with is to prepare for the interviews and for subsequent rounds of maybe essay writing, whether it's on the form or it's a on the spot video assessment. And last but not the least is to prepare for the testing requirements such as GRE, GMAT, or even the TOEFL or the IELTS, right? So we can comprehensively take care of all your admission requirements, and we can do that quite reasonably, right? So do visit our website. In fact, there's if you're watching this video, you're probably also have had the chance to visit our channel. If you haven't done so, please do check out our channel, YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/c/Mentors Capital International, right? Okay, moving on in my agenda for the day, right? We were talking about the top 5 mid-tier schools if you're applying for a master's in data science in the USA. So number 3 on my list, and also a university that's very popular for Indians looking to study in the US. This one is Rutgers University, right? Now, Rutgers University is ranked in the block of 150, top 150 to 200 schools in the US. So not really top tier, but not really bottom tier either. I'd probably place it as one of the up and coming universities in the US. The program offered is a Master of Science in Data Sciences, and this is offered by the Department of Statistics, right? Now, this is an important piece of information for you, because if it's offered by the Department of Statistics, it's probably going to be a quant heavy program. It's probably going to be a heavy program by way of regression and analytics, and less so on, programming and data related, warehousing related, skills. The duration of the Rutgers program is about 1.5 years. Rutgers also has a total admission cost of attendance as about $47,000 per annum, right? Remember, it's probably going to be a 3-semester program, so maybe you want to add a little bit, half of that money for the 3rd semester too. The eligibility at Rutgers, like Northeastern, they're also a little more stringent in terms of admission criteria. You need to have a distinction which translates into about a B positive in grade, or about a 70% in your college academics or your GPA. You also, and this is probably also true for all data science programs, that you need to have taken some basic subjects in the fields of maths, calculus, probability, and statistics, right? So very, very mandatory to have studied those programs. However, they do not mandate that you need to have a 4-year undergraduate program, which is great news. And finally, the other piece of good news is that Rutgers follows a rolling admission cycle, which means that there's no deadline. You can apply at any time that you feel ready, although data science being the kind of, having the kind of popularity that it does, it's probably likely to get filled up around the month of February or March. So make sure that you decide early and apply to this really, really, good mid-tier school. GRE is required by the Rutgers University, but that shouldn't hold you back. I think, a GRE score of about 320 or thereabouts should be par for the course. Obviously, a lot depends also on your profile and what kind of a case you make out in your essays. The next university that I have chosen is Duke, right? And immediately the name sort of indicates that I've probably moved into a better rank, right? So that's perfectly right. Duke University is indeed ranked in the 80s according to QS Universities. That places it in the top tier or top to mid-tier program, right? Not top 50, but slightly out of it. It's a world-renowned brand. I mean, I think everybody's heard about Duke University, especially in the field of engineering and sciences. And the other noticeable thing about their program is that it's an interdisciplinary data science program, which means that their philosophy is that data science has applicability in pretty much all the fields, whether it's engineering or medicine or social sciences, right? So many myriad applications. So the program is also designed that way, where some of the core programs are obviously in data science, but they also teach you how to apply the concepts learned in different domain areas, right? And those electives are where you can pick, where you can sort of really add to your profile and your different profile. The duration of this program is of 2 years, and the cost of attendance is slightly higher because Duke, given its ranking and given that their cost of attendance includes their living expenses, works out to around 80 to 85 USD. Now, good news is that Duke accepts a WS certification or a ECE verification. That these are agencies that verify whether the degree that you have from a university outside of the US conforms with the requirements that they have. And this means that even if you've studied a 3-year program, you can probably get a certification from WES saying that this is eligible, for admissions. The admission cycle closes on the 15th of February for the fall season. So time running out, maybe you want to hurry up. And last piece of good news is that GRE is completely optional for this cycle. So what are you waiting for? The last university, and probably in this list, the best university to apply to, even though it's mid-tier, is the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill. Right now, North Carolina is a very preferred destination. It's one of the top ranked schools in the US. It again commands a rank in the 80s, according to QS University rankings for computer science. Their program is called an MS in Data Science and Analytics. So it's a comprehensive program that's offered by the Department of Statistics and Operations Research. Like this suggests, it is going to be a quant heavy program. It is going to be very, very computational in nature, and will have a duration of about 1.5 to 2 years. North Carolina course fee, tuition fee is significantly lower than most of the other universities. So that works out about 44,000 USD. And to be eligible, you need to, given that it's a top ranked school, eligibility means that you need to show a really, really strong academic record as an undergraduate student, and you need to show the subjects of statistics and mathematics in your undergraduate course, right? And notice that they do not require computer programming or computer knowledge, computer science as a subject in your undergraduate program, right? So that's great news if you're a non-engineer. The deadline for it, though, runs out pretty early. In fact, fall 2022 admissions have already closed at Chapel Hill, and North Carolina does require you to submit a GRE score even in this 2022 cycle. So yeah, it's a little hard to get in. The academic GPA average would probably be around 3.6 to 3.7 for both, all the top 3 universities. In fact, Rutgers, North Carolina, and Duke University. So if you have a strong profile, you can possibly consider the top end of my mid-tier list. If you believe it's average or slightly below it, consider the bottom 3 in my list, right? And I hope that the way I've structured this also gives you an inkling of how to go about doing your research, what parameters to compare and consider as important. If you feel need to ask me any questions, here's my email address. That's anand@mentorscapital.com. I've also mentioned my mobile number there, so you can drop me a text on WhatsApp or otherwise with any queries that you have. Do visit our website www.mentorscapital.com for more information about mentors and the programs and services that we provide. Thank you for your time, and I hope this video was useful. Bye-bye.